Hey, I have since been telling you about this. Finally, I've made it to this place. So, like I've always told you, I had always been looking forward to an opportunity like this where I can be able to explain in details the things that you're supposed to learn from every unit of the book that we're studying with. So today we'll be looking at Roald Dahl's autobiography. I think this should be 2B, page 18, student book. So where he explains how an experience at school inspired him to write Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You remember the story? I think I've played you this Charlie and the Chocolate Factory once in the class. So the grammar focus here is on past forms. So you need to revise narrative tenses. What are narrative tenses? Narrative tenses are past simple and continuous and past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. And what do we use these tenses for? We use them for describing specific incidents. That means a particular incident in the past. Also, you will need to revise used to. Remember our used to describe situations and repeated past actions, and also learn an alternative form, which is would plus infinitive. Remember, infinitive is like our base form. The first half of the lesson ends with speaking and writing activities about childhood, where you put into practice what you have just learned. So that's where you're going to put all your focus on. So without wasting any more ado, I'm going to take you to the next slide where we will have to look at the grammar section. Okay, let's move to the next slide, please. So here we are. When we describe specific incidents in the past, we use narrative tenses, that is, the past simple, past continuous, and past perfect simple continuous or continuous. We use the past simple to talk about the main action in a story. For example, we went to bed, blah, blah, blah. I woke up, I screamed, da, da, da. So in the second section, we've got, we use the past continuous to set the scene. You know what I mean by scene? To set the scene for our story. We were sleeping in my parents' bedroom. See, you are trying to set the scene for your story. And then, blah, 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 something else happened. And to describe actions in progress in the past. For example, somebody was standing at the end of my bed. So the third bullet point is we use the past perfect and the past perfect continuous to talk about the earlier past. That is, things which happened before the main event. The things that happened before the main event. My father had gone away, and then after my father must have left, other activities followed. I had been reading a story before something else ensued. So yeah, we use used to and would describe habitual events and repeated actions in the past. Every summer, my family used to rent an old house in the south of France. My sister and I often would. My sister and I often walked to the harbor in the morning where we used to watch the fishermen cleaning their nets. I'm sorry, I can't see very well, but it's okay. Okay, the next one says, every night before we went to bed, my mother would tell us stories, but she would never read them from a book. She would always make them up herself. When I was a teenager, my friends were always teasing me because of my red hair. I think this is going to be all about it for now. So what I'm going to do is to let you all by yourself take your time out and go through this line by line. And when you're done, then you go over to page 18 of your student book where you have to read exercise. So you have to read this part one and then be able to answer the questions that follow. But besides this, I will also attach here for your listening pleasure CD 1.33 and CD 1.34. I think that's going to be all about it for now. So you take your time. When you're done, you join me during the Zoom time so you can be able to do a lot of speaking and telling me about your childhood, the things that you used to do, and all whatnot. So, but for now, let's call it a day.